Okay, hello. Yeah, it's been a while as usual. I've been off YouTube for a few weeks, I guess. I was not here in my home office setup, and some stuff changed. So if we look at our channel, at this channel, we crossed 1,000 subscribers. So welcome to everyone who's new. I'm Sumit. I'm building stuff. Tresor One is, I think, the main thing that is happening that you probably subscribed because of. And Geoman is also a side project that I do while I have a full-time job. So, and then I do these YouTube videos every now and then to cover the progress. So I'm glad you're here. I hope you enjoy the ride. It's pretty exciting. So I also have a new camera. Hopefully the quality improves a bit. I also have a mic here. I had this before, but the room setup wasn't quite well. And I have a standing desk now. I'm so much at my desk that I need to get up a little bit. So we are now on the same height. Hopefully this improves the video. Let me know the video quality in general. But now let's get to Tresor One. What happened? So our MRR improved quite a bit since the last video. We are at over 6,000 euros MRR, and the revenue last month in February, it's all public. You can look it up on the website on tresor.one/open, has been almost 15,000 euros last month. We will grow that this month again. Not necessarily at the same growth rate, but still growth. But the more important thing about this is what's it's enabling now. So 15,000 euros revenue a month, depending on the cost structure that we have, but this allows for an employee. This allows for someone to put much more time into than me and the team currently do, who work at this on the side whenever we have free time. I mean, we put a lot of time into it. We put a lot of free spare time into it, the weekends, the nights, and the evenings, and so on. But this is not sustainable, of course, and it gets much more. It just puts everything on a different level if someone can commit full time to the project and to the code base and to everything else. But still, like, is it enough to hire someone full time, like real hire an employee? To me, it's not yet. And why is that? The reason is, I personally, and I hope or I think any employee would not feel comfortable when looking at our revenue journey to join a company that has been earning enough money to pay that salary just in 1 month. So we need to still prove that this route is something sustainable. Like, can we hold on that revenue for next month and the month after? Can we grow it, etc., etc.? So an employee is a commitment where they, that employee needs to have the security to, at least keep their job for 6 months or a year. And I cannot confident, like, okay, I'm very convinced that Tresor One is able to do that we are able to do that. But it's, I can't give the promise, I can't guarantee. And it's a bigger risk for any employee. So I think that commitment is a bit too much to ask for right now. And it would also add a lot of overhead that is hard to shoulder right now, because it means payroll, it means contracts. It means a lot of, German compliance stuff when having an employee. And dealing with all of that is something I have to do at some point, rather sooner than later. But it's not something I want to rush, and it's not something that is necessary in the context of things if we look at everything. So how can we do it then? The answer, and I can't believe I forgot that for so long, and someone reminded me, Sumit, why aren't you working with freelancers? And well, that's the solution. Freelancers are the solution. It's very like, the commitment can be moved up and down as needed from my side and from the freelancer side. And we can start, with 2 days a week or 3 days a week or something like this. So this is pretty amazing. And I started interviewing freelancers. I started reaching out in my network inside the Tresor One team, of course. Like if we have, people like who can recommend other freelancers and so on. And we found 2 great freelancers that have been in a trial period where we just like gave them access to a bit of the code base, and we paired a bit and worked on some stuff. But they learn very fast. It's going really smoothly. The team is getting along really well. Everything feels productive. So they now work much more than I do on the code base. At least one of them is almost full time in. And it changes a lot. It changes a lot how I work. It changes how everything looks inside the team and the dynamic, and I will get into that. But this in and of itself is a big achievement for Tresor One, to be able to pay someone's time, to buy someone's time to put into the project. And I believe that this will unlock a lot of growth and a lot of faster updates and everything. Regarding updates, I mean, we have been a bit slow in the sense that in the past 2 months there haven't been major customer-facing changes, but we have done a lot under the hood. And our biggest issue are currently the quotes. And we have a partnership in place where we will pretty soon, be able to provide much more reliable quotes and faster updates and so on and so on. And feature development, as I mentioned in previous videos, we have a foundation to build, to catch up with, to be able to sustain the growth that we have. We have so many users coming in. We have record after record every week, and we need to do some underlying improvements to be able to scale and to be ready for the next phase of scale. We have now over 35,000 registered users, and if this doubles again or triples again, then we need that underlying infrastructure to support that. So this is where a lot of work is going into, especially on the freelancer side right now. But yeah, how does that change? So the time commitment is the biggest one, or like people actually committing time. And for me, it's a lot of pressure is off my head now that I know that there are people right now working on it. And if something breaks or something needs spontaneously be done, I don't have to stress out, during whatever I do. We have some more people to take care of that. That is a huge relief on my part. And because of that, last weekend I had the first weekend since I started, since over a year, where I haven't worked for Tresor One. I mean, my head was there, my mind was there a little bit, and I thought of some stuff, but I spent the weekend with my daughter and my family. So that was amazing. And of course, this is how it should be, right? The hustle that I had in the past year, it's not sustainable. And the way to get out of there is, to pay for people's time. I guess that's a very basic concept that I'm discovering now, or at least I'm realizing it now, but it's where the stuff has to go. And ultimately, of course, on Tresor One, me and everyone else, we want to work normal hours, right? Ideally, Tresor One is something that adds value to our lives and not is draining a lot of time away from other stuff that we also want to enjoy. Anyways, I'm getting a bit off topic. My time, the time that I spend, or the things that I do in the time, are changing a bit due to this. It's very, very interesting. So it gets much more into like project management and code reviews, because of course, if someone 8 hours straight codes every day on Tresor One, there is a lot of things that are coming in, like features, improvements, everything. And so the time I spend is usually not coding anymore. It's actually reviewing their work and helping, build out the concepts and project management, just like educating and showing where we want to go. So they know what to build next, and we need to also, to create concepts and everything. So everything is aligned. So it's basically work around it. It's project management. It's making the team in and of itself productive and performant, and giving everything that is required to to scale, to make a good job, to work simply. So this is where my time is spent on now in the recent weeks. And it's very interesting, I think. And I noticed that the parts where I don't code on anymore, where I don't actively write code or develop features, is where I also need, again, a freelancer or two to be able to pick that up. So the freelancers that we have now, they work on the backend side, which needs a lot of love. But of course, we still have the web app that I mainly worked on. I think, I don't know, 90% of the code is from me or something, but this is also something where we need, where I need help, right? If I have so much work on making the team productive and the infrastructure, basically building an organization and a team, then someone else needs to take care of the web app. So I will have interviews with a few more freelancers regarding some things. I can't afford full-time freelancers, but two days a week or something is fine as well. Another thing that I want to mention, if you go from a side project where everyone works in their free time on, to a business where people work full-time on, like you can put 2, 3, 5 people. If you're bootstrapping, you can't do this like from today to tomorrow. You have like 5 people full-time. It's not possible money-wise. But the interesting part now is that freelancers come in and work much more hours than the core team that has been there, that worked on or still works in their spare time. And it creates a different dynamic inside. Like I can see that inside the meetings, inside the team. We have also open discussions about this with everyone, of the level of dedication and drive that is there and everything. Like it's just a bit different. And it feels also weird to me that I have a full-time job, and in my spare time, I do this while I pay someone else to be full-time on it. And we have a big vision. We have like somewhere to go, a lot to build, a lot of things that we want to do that we think that adds value to our users. And it sometimes feels like I'm not in the, that I don't have the same commitment as, for example, the people do that now spend much more time than I do on it. So this is something that I think it's not necessarily something that we need to solve right now, but it's an interesting dynamic that I haven't thought of, and that came up, and we are discussing it in the team, and everyone is aware, of course, but it draws down a bit sometimes on maybe the excitement or the hype that some people have. Just wanted to mention it. I thought it was interesting. There is no like grand to do, but it's something I will monitor and talk with everyone openly about it. But of course, my dream is still to have the entire team work full-time on it, but we need to increase revenue quite a bit to get there. And hopefully the new input, the new drive, the new time commitment and energy that comes now from our new team members will get us there. We do have a lot of plans, and we think that we're on a good path, definitely. And I'm quite confident that the growth will continue throughout the year and hopefully next year. So if you're interested how everything goes, I will continue to update you here and on Twitter. I do also started a newsletter where I send out some just brain dump over the what happened the week and what is like going on inside my head, what I'm planning and what issues I had or thinking about. The newsletter is, I will link it. Damn, I have to go there. Okay, I got interrupted there. What I wanted to say is that I sent out a newsletter with some thoughts. You can subscribe to it. I will link it below. But anyways, I'm sharing everything here on YouTube and on Twitter. So subscribe if you're interested, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for sticking around.